if you're an acne sufferer and you've done any kind of search on the internet to try and heal your acne, then you've probably come across the guide Acne Free in 3 Days, which is probably one of the biggest acne treatment guides that I've seen on the internet. And Chris has some fantastic testimonials on his guide page, on the sales page, and it has worked fantastically for a lot of people. Now, I wanted to tell you what I thought my opinion was of Acne Free in 3 Days and whether or not I think it works. Now, I think it can work in some cases, and I'll tell you why. Now, Chris has an interesting story, and he goes through his story in the beginning of his guide. Chris had hormonal acne as a teenager, and it was really bad, it was severe. And he took a course of antibiotics for a long time that cleared up his skin. And then the acne came back. Now there's a reason why his acne came back, which he doesn't go into in the book, but I had one of those aha moments when I was reading the book, and I figured out his whole story. Now, when you take antibiotics, one of the biggest side effects is you can have an overgrowth of candida in your system. We've all got candida in our bodies, but sometimes if we eat certain foods, take antibiotics, have too much yeast, sugar, the contraceptive pill did it for me, then we can have an overgrowth of this candida in our intestines, in our bowel, in our yoni for girls, and this can give certain side effects, one of them being severe acne breakouts. So after Chris went off the antibiotics and it cleared up his skin, because the antibiotics was killing the bacteria underneath his skin, the antibiotics actually gave him the candida overgrowth, which then caused him to have another acne breakout. Which Chris then took Roaccutane, which worked quite well, but the candida was still there. So when he went off the Roaccutane, his acne came back because the cause of his acne, the candida overgrowth, was still in his system. So then Chris decided to completely detox his body, and detox in a very fast way, which is the 3-day system. Now, this did clear up his acne, and it cleared it up for good because he got that candida out of his body. And by this stage in his life, he'd grown up, he was an adult, and adult men, if they don't have any hormonal problems, which he hadn't, he'd grown out of them, then his acne's gone and it hasn't come back for over 20 years. So that's fantastic, and good on him for coming up with this Acne Free in 3 Days thing. I think it's great. However, there's a reason why I haven't tried it myself, is because I know that my acne is not caused by candida. I have had candida in the past, which was about 9 or 10 years ago, and that was brought on by taking the contraceptive pill, and it did take me a long time to get rid of it. And I did get rid of it in similar methods that Chris did, and I also did notice that my skin was fantastic when I got rid of my candida, but I don't have it now. So my acne is caused by different things. It's caused by stress, and it's caused by female hormones, which would not really respond too well to such a fast detox that Chris has. I know that if I had a really bad diet, if I was eating, it doesn't have to be even a really bad diet, just an okay, average diet. If I was eating sugar every day and a lot of refined foods, a lot of white bread, a lot of white pasta, white rice, soda, and takeaway foods, greasy and fatty foods, then something like Acne Free in 3 Days would have helped my acne a lot. And if you've got that sort of thing, that kind of diet, then Acne Free in 3 Days may not clear acne 100%, but it will make a significant difference in your acne. But I follow a very disciplined, healthy diet, so then once again, I know it's not for me. So if you're considering on purchasing this guide, it's a pretty decent price considering how much we do spend on acne treatments. I went to a dermatologist today, which I'll tell you about in another video blog post, and I spent $150 at a dermatologist, and then another over $100 on medications. So $40 for a guide that may clear up your acne is probably it's a decent price. I think acne treatment guides are actually quite decently priced considering how much money we do spend on our treatments overall. I've spent thousands of dollars over the past year on acne treatments. So if you're in this category, if you have just an average diet, or if you have been on a course of antibiotics in the past and have found that your acne is persistent, that it's not going away, or you've been on Roaccutane, it's cleared up but then it's come back, and you do think you're in the high risk category of either having the candida or just having acne from an average diet, then then purchasing Acne Free in 3 Days might be an option for you. I think it's definitely something that you should consider. Now, Chris, it is a very long book, and that's what I didn't like about it. It's pages and pages long, hundreds of pages long, but there is a nice story at the start, and if you skip straight to the back, then there is a really good outline of foods that can aggravate acne, which actually do align with the foods that I say aggravate acne as well. So he has put in a lot of the natural methods as well. One of the things I do disagree with in his book is he says to use castor oil and leave it on your face at night. Now, a lot of people with acne have very sensitive skin, and I know for a fact that if I put castor oil on my face all night, that I'd end up with worse clogged pores than I've got now, and it would be a disaster. So I'd probably just skip that step, but obviously it's worked well for him and it's worked well for other people too. So yeah, just maybe get some advice from your doctor or dermatologist before you decide to do that one, or you know what your skin's like. If it's responded well to oils in the past, then that's fine. If it hasn't, then skip that step. The methods for the Acne Free in 3 Days, I'm not going to give everything away because I might get in trouble by Chris Gibson, but it does involve a heavy detox, so you have to be prepared to do that as well. I'm very skinny, so I worry about doing detoxes like that because I like my food and I like to eat, and I've tried to fast before for spiritual reasons, and I haven't gone too well with it. So it depends how committed you are to the cause of healing your skin and how disciplined you are too. But no, I think it's probably really, in the right cases of acne, I think it's probably a very good investment, something that you could buy. In the wrong cases, it could be an interesting experience and you might learn a little bit more about your skin, a little bit more about your body. But I don't know, if you've tried this product and it has or hasn't worked for you, put a comment in the box below. If you'd like to ask me questions, or if you want to discuss with me whether or not I think it would be good for your case of acne, then let me know. I think a detox like this is probably not a good idea for someone who's below the age of, say, 16, even maybe 16, 17, 18 might be a little bit young as well, because your body's still growing, and a detox like this is quite harsh. I personally wouldn't do a heavy detox until I consulted my naturopath, but I know a lot of people can't afford that, and many people have done Chris Gibson's detox in his Acne Free in 3 Days guide, and they haven't had any problems, so it should be okay. Yeah, so that's my review, and thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my mini course, please do so. It'll help you definitely. It's got lots of great tips in there, so all you need to do is go to the link in the description in the left-hand side? Right-hand side? I don't know. Yeah, right-hand side for you, I think. I'll also put the links on this video somewhere. And thanks for your comments, they're fantastic, and I love getting comments in my blog too. Thanks everyone who's been visiting and reading my blog, you're awesome. So until next time, I'll see you later, bye.